ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Morgoth the Barbarian here, and welcome to a brand new series in a brand new game. Well, kind of. This is EA Sports College Football 26, and today we are beginning a brand new series. It's like going to be the same as what we did the last time we did this in last year's version. Only we're not going to Syracuse. No, isn't a Syracuse rebuild. This is something I'd like to call the Adventures of Mr. Gothley, or something along those lines. What we intend to do is follow the life and career of one head offensive coach named Mark Gothley. Yes, it's the same Mark Gothley from last year, but we're going to pretend like he was never the head coach of Syracuse or whatever. Apologies for cutting that playthrough off, by the way. It got kind of meh. But what we're going to do is follow his career and see how many national titles he can win, or how successful or unsuccessful his career will be. So we will get that going here shortly as we tap into Dynasty mode. And we will see what kind of shenanigans we can get ourselves into. So, you know what buttons to hit, and hopefully you can join me for this thrilling series, or something along those lines. All right. So as I mentioned, we did in last year's version, and we followed Syracuse. Not so much this time around. Here's how this is going to work. So we're going in Dynasty mode. I'll start there. Obviously, we'll start a brand new one.
To Dynasty mode. I'm Reese Davis, and it's time to
well, hello to you too, Reese Davis.
Let's choose your rosters. If you're looking for the latest EA Sports recommended roster featuring more than 1,000 additional players, choose the active roster option, or you can select the rosters from our original launch with a default roster option.
Fine, give me the most current ones. Not like it's like the same one. So anyways, while this is importing, basically, we're going to follow his career from start to finish. Well, we'll start at a small school as an offensive coordinator and go from there. I don't trust the defense in this game. I didn't last year's version, so we're going to do it. So, just want to give everyone some difficulties here. Yes, I'm playing on varsity. I am a wimp. Spare me. Yes, we can get fired. We will do like normal, but basically we're just going to, see what we got here. We'll do full 15-minute quarters because I'm that crazy, but we'll have an accelerated clock, so there's that. Of course, this game has a brand new wear and tear thing. We'll leave that on, of course, with all the trappings here, so we will see what happens. I believe the transfers are now looking different this time around. I guess for right now, we'll leave it as is. But yes, this will be kind of the ground rules, so as I mentioned, we will be doing mostly like, that. And then conferences will stay the same. Over time, I will say over time, the powers that be, quote unquote, will mess around with these conferences slowly, because they do not like the idea of a West Coast team being in a Atlantic Coast conference. I am picky about that kind of thing, so we'll leave them for right now, but eventually the powers that be will start messing around with all these conferences, especially the Pac-12. Poor Pac-12. They need more members. What the hell? How dare you? But anyways, we'll leave them as is since the school we're going to is just random. So, like I said, we will go to a random small school first and then try to work our way upwards.
It's now time to select your team. Would you prefer to take over an established contender or build a team from the ground up? Pay attention to each team's prestige rating, represented by the number of stars.
So where do we go from here?
Teams with a higher prestige will be ready to compete for the college football playoff.
Well, let's see what we got.
On the other hand, lower prestige teams provide.
Well, here's all the one-star teams.
Contenders. The choice is yours.
I tell you what. Since some of these lower teams have heard of my exploit, I'm going to say, oh man, I hate to be these two teams. You see that random team button at the bottom there? The very first team that we come across that has either a 1.5 star or lower will be our starting point. This is going to be very difficult because the team's probably going to have a terrible roster. Actually, I take that back, 2.5 or lower. So the third team we will come across from 2 or lower, okay, yeah, there we go. 2 or lower will be what we pick. So let's see what we got. Okay, there's 1, 2. So the next team we pick that comes across as 2 or lower will be our team. And we are going to the UL Monroe, the Warhawks. They are looking for a brand new offensive coordinator, and it appears we will be starting our journey down in the good old Sun Belt. So UL Monroe, come on down. We are joining the Warhawks as their offensive coordinator.
Where on the coaching now for the fun part. Here, you'll create a coach of your own or select an
now, obviously, they have one, but I've been informed that this Nick Tanner guy is not doing so well, so we are going to do our own.
Your starting choices are motivator, recruiter, and tactician. What's most important to you?
In the true spirit of the barbarian here, I know we would love to do tactician, but Mark Gothley loves smashing into things. So we're going to have him be a motivator. All right, so let me get our new head coach set up here, and I will tell you show you what he is. So give me just a minute here. All right, here he is, Mark Gothley. Let me give you a little backstory about him. He was a ferocious tight end back in the day. He went to Texas and dominated. Our man hails from Central Florida because that's where all the barbarians are, or allegedly. Of course, he has an intense demeanor, and he loves to he understands the value of a good passing attack and a mean demeanor. So we are going to stick with ULM spread offense here because he loves to just crush or something along those lines. You know what? I'm actually going to turn this offensive aggressiveness up in the true barbarian spirit. There we go. Defensively, he knows nothing about defense, but who cares? We're not here to call the defense. We'll let somebody else deal with that. So there he is, Mark Gothley. Oh, man, he is going to bring some much-needed aggression to UL Monroe.
It's time to sign your first coaching contract. Now pay attention to the expectations
All right, so this is what UL Monroe's been doing, and as you can see, they're not really successful.
Looking for a new job when
we gotta win at least 4 games to keep our job here, which, depending on what the schedule is going to be tricky. We only get 1 year to do this, so we're going to have to make it count. So, yeah, let's sign our contract. Mark Gothley is now ULM's offensive coordinator. Yes, I pre-ordered this game. Spare me. Okay, well, not like that. You get the idea. So anyways, yes, here he is, UL Monroe, our new head coach. Now, it looks like we can do some recruiting, I think.
Recruiting in EA Sports College Football 26.
Now, the thing is, I only really know offensive players, so
add a player to your recruiting board.
Obviously, we'll have ULM recruit some people on their own, try to help their team out, but chances are we're probably not going to really need to do that too much. I'm still going to do it to try to get used to this. Now, long story short, we are a 1.5 star program. Okay, hold on.
If you're having trouble finding interest that match, try to use the sway mechanic to get a recruit to change their mind. Finally, when a recruit is ready, stage 3 is all about you closing on the recruit. It's at this point you can host a recruit on campus, allowing you to focus on specific school strengths in an effort to get a verbal commitment from the recruit before signing day.
All right. As I was saying. So I will be doing some recruiting here. But as you can see, we are a 1.5-star school. So trying to get anything 3-star or above may not work out very well. So we're going to have to be a little bit picky with who we get. I see this changed a little bit, how the team needs have gone, so I already see how that's going to work. But basically, we're going to try to help recruit as much as we can here. So I'm going to be doing this just off camera, just like I did the last time out. But just to give you a general strategy of how I'm going to work it, basically, I'm just going to I'm going to shoot for the green dot ones first. They seem to be the best ones because who knows if we're going to be able to, get anybody good. We're probably going to have to get like the 1 and 2-star recruits, so it's fine. So we'll see what we can do here. Like, say, as I'm looking at our school right now, we don't have anything. We have just campus lifestyle and the conference prestige to go off of. Otherwise, this is just not very good. UL Monroe, they are not very good. I mean, look at us. We're 126 in the nation. Yeah, we're not going to get too many recruits here. So I'm going to try to start with these green dots here and go from there. So hold on for just a second. Let me start doing some recruiting here. Okay, so we managed to start our initial scouting and get our initial playlist, and I already see 2 people I want. This guy right here, this pocket passer, 3-star QB. Yeah, anything with a diamond? Oh, baby, this one is just who we could use. And right now, we're kind of there, but we'll see what we can do. And then there's this guy, Deron Sterling. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Well, I did say we were a former tight end, so this guy would just be perfect for our team. So we're going to try and work on getting those guys. In fact, I'm going to favorite both of them here. We'll work on getting everybody else. This guy, we'll see if I feel like it, but I don't think we're going to get him. That's fine if I don't. But we'll favorite those 2 guys for right now and slowly work our way through. Yes, I do want to exit recruiting here, so we'll see what it looks like. Now, let's look at our coach skills here, because I notice we got a few here. So let's see. Can really only purchase things. Yeah, we do have, there are some unlock requirements, as you can see here. Like tactician, we can't upgrade. Can't upgrade that. So there's obviously some upgrade requirements, unlike last year's version. But we can upgrade on this one here. So we're going to put some of our coach points to use here. So we're going to do, since we're an offensive coordinator, we're going to focus mostly on wide receiver, tight end one. So we're going to put in, we're going to, fully upgrade that. Since we're good on secondary, we'll upgrade that. We'll do some help with our quarterbacks and running backs here. Our coach knows the importance of a strong running game. We're not going to worry about the other defensive ones because we're a defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, mind you, and we're going to max this out too. So there we go. We understand the importance of good skill players in an offensive line, so we'll get those upgraded. We'll focus on everything else shortly. So there we go. We got some points towards motivator here, but otherwise we're fine. Yeah, there's our defensive coordinator. Good for him. And there's our head coach, Joel Fitzpatrick, who we're kind of responding to here. So we'll see. Yeah, we can upgrade him too. I totally didn't realize that till after the fact, but we're kind of focusing on ourselves here, so we'll keep those points for ourselves for the most part here. And our D coordinator is focusing on defense, but he's also got some mastery motivator here, so there you go. So that's basically that. We'll went through the schedule here later on, so we got that going. Okay, so we're off to the next week here. And that one guy was like, man, he decided to spurn us, but that's okay. We'll address that as time goes on here. Anyways, we'll deal with recruiting here in a little bit here. So let's see. This is week 0. So once again, so let's meet our team here. Let's beat the ULM squad, shall we here? So first off, let's look at our team and see what we got here. So we're going to mostly focus on offense, but we'll introduce the defense. So Adrian Armenta is our quarterback here. He's a 72. I know these are going to be lower rankings, but so be it. These guys are going to have to learn very quickly how I roll. Braylon McReynolds is our halfback at 80. I believe he is. No. Our defense has some of the better players. That's fine. Our receivers are Jake Godfrey, Brandon Buckhalter, and Tyler Griffin. Rylan Green, he is going to have to learn under our tutelage here, big time here, considering I was a former tight end. The line, well, here's our best player, I believe, on offense, Elijah Fisher here. So 83 guard, he can wear down people, not bad. But our line, we're probably going to have to do a lot of quick passing, as I can tell. Defensively, well, here's another one, Billy Poland, as well as Kevontae Wells. Defensive tackles look okay. We got Carl Glass as our head will linebacker. David Gothley is our number 1 corner, and then it just kind of drops off from there, so we'll keep that in mind. Our best player is Carl Fontroy, an 84. Brief safety. Strong safety is meh. But again, we're not really concerned about the defense. They will do their own thing from all I care, really. Okay, so what about auto subs here? This is now a brand new thing. Okay, so we'll leave it grinding out here. So it looks like we'll keep the strategy here for right now. We'll keep everything as is and see how it goes. Let's see. So we got all that. I'm not going to worry about red shirts for right now. And we're just going to go from there. So let's look at our schedule here. We are in the Sun Belt, so we're not going to really have anything too crazy here. So we're looking for 4 wins. So we opened this season at FCS East. We get a chance to test our offense out against a minor team here. Gee, I wonder how this is going to go. Gee, I wonder whatever will happen in this game. I don't know. I think we got a shot. If they give us a 50-point handicap, that is. All right, we're going to ignore that one. Pretend like that doesn't exist. So we got games at UTEP, Arkansas State, Northwestern, I suppose there's worse Big Ten teams. I think Coastal Carolina's halfway decent. We got Troy, Southern Miss, Old Dominion. We got Southern Alabama, Texas State. And then our rivalry game is against Louisiana, the Ragin' Cajuns. That's going to be the key one. Now, I don't know if these teams well enough to give out a prediction, but I think we can get 4 wins out of this. We can certainly get to at least 1-1. I mean, we should beat FCS. Oh, apparently they don't have FCS teams again. And let's be honest. Does anyone really think we're going to beat Alabama? Ha 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 ha. No. So that'll probably be a disaster waiting to happen, but so be it. But that is our schedule for the year here. So we'll see what happens. Again, if we can hit our 4-win season, that'd be fine. If we're lucky, we can get to a bowl game here, but I don't know. That's going to be very hard to get to with this team. So we'll see what we can do. Meantime, I'm going to go back to our recruiting board. I'm going to have to get rid of a couple people here. Can I do that? Okay, so we can actually now add actions here. So I'm going to start doing that. So give me 1 minute to get through my recruiting here behind the scenes, and we'll go from there. Like, for instance, for this guy, I'm probably going to, really crank the interest level up a little bit. But we'll go from there. So, hold on. Okay. Did some more recruiting behind the scenes. And we lost a couple more players, but that's okay. All right. The guy who I'm looking for is doing pretty good. So, all right. So with that being said, we pretty much set everything up here. So we are ready to progress in our season here. So in the next episode, we'll be heading to FCS East, or at least hosting them. We'll test out our offense and then watch it implode against Alabama. Oh boy, that's going to be fun. So thank y'all so much for watching as we go on this brand new journey. You know what buttons to hit, and I will see you in the next week. Peace out, y'all.